In this episode of the Road Trip Angler, we're in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, and we're chasing sheepshead with one of my best friends, Brooks Beatty. Holy crap. And you're about to learn why they call him Big Bites Betty.
Ow! I was waiting for that sound.
Got him. Yeah, all right.
Today, we're going sheepshead fishing. And if you hook into one of these big boys around these pilings, you have the right gear for it. 30-pound Seaguar, gold label fluorocarbon.
One of the cool things about Wrightsville, number one, we were able to get a house with this right behind us.
This is just a really cool coastal town. It's gorgeous.
One of the nice things about an inflatable, you don't need a boat ramp. The other boat on this episode that I was really excited to get on the water was the Sea Eagle Fish Skiff 16. It's a very versatile platform that can get you super shallow and access a lot of fish. You can power it a lot of different ways. You can easily put the 3 horsepower electric motor from Torqeedo on the back and move that boat right along at over 5 miles an hour and sometimes up to 6 miles an hour.
The Sea Eagle is a super cool vessel. I was pleasantly surprised by its stability. It was a super comfortable vessel to fish from.
Still lightweight and easy to store in a small area, but very, very capable to fish in a lot of different types of water. We're gonna be fishing for sheepshead around some docks with some live crabs. It's gonna be pretty interesting, something I haven't done a lot of, but sheepshead are really good to eat, so we might keep a couple and try them out.
Crab meat is sweet meat, and they eat a lot of stuff like that, so this is one of the best eating fish that most people probably overlook.
So the way to catch them a lot of times is natural bait, something that they're gonna be feeding off of and that they just can't resist. Brooks and I are going sheepshead fishing this morning, but first we have to stop and get bait. This is not something you really do with artificial. Sheepshead will eat artificial, but it's very rare. So typically you have to use live bait, and they love crabs and crustaceans. So we're pulled up here, protect the old feet a little bit, and we're gonna climb around and see if we can't catch a few. We're looking for specifically mud crabs. During low tide, they're exposed, and you can actually go out on those oyster rakes and look for those crabs. It's nice to be able to get in here real shallow with this inflatable boat, come right up to the oyster bar at low tide. We can start looking for some of these crabs. What's the technique here?
Take your little handheld garden rake, go to town. You're just kind of flipping over oysters. You're not really digging.
Oh, I saw a couple scurry away pretty fast, huh?
Oh, that's a good one.
We're looking specifically for mud crabs, anywhere between like the size of a quarter up to the size of a $50. While they may look tiny and innocent, those little crabs pack a punch. Ow!
I was waiting for that sound.
This is why I'm wearing gloves, because he stuck on my finger.
Those little crabs are mean, and they don't want to get thrown in a bucket, so they're going to do everything they can, and they will pinch you.
This is typically why I use artificial, because it's a lot of work. I think we should play a game where we both stick our hands in that bucket full of crabs and see who can hold your hand in there the longest.
All right, on count of 3.
You go first.
1, 2, 3.
Fishing for the sheepshead, you're doing a lot of what we call pitching. You're just swinging your bait out and you're letting that bait fall. You're going under the docks with it. You're not trying to skip it. You're not trying to make a big, long distance cast. You're literally just swinging the bait and dropping it in. So if you can pitch bass fishing, you can come out here and pitch a crab under these docks and catch some sheepshead.
So it might be like flipping a sink up under a dock or something like that. There's a different weight, but the technique is very similar.
Oh, what were you? I think it was a pinfish.
God. Sometimes it seems like a finicky bite. It could be other fish that aren't sheepshead, like pinfish or something else, but we got a bunch of crabs, so set the hook and find out.
The wind, man.
There he is.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, buddy. Oh God, it's a giant.
Fishing for sheepshead on these docks, as the tide gets higher, it's harder to see, but as the tide drops down, a lot of times you'll see barnacles attached to the pier. If it's got more, that's probably a good place to fish for sheepshead.
Oh, buddy.
Get in the net.
Got him.
Dude, that's a stud. Oh, my heart's beating, man. First fish of the day is a pretty good one. Just fishing these pilings with these crabs we caught, and boy, do these fish fight, man. That was awesome.
It's a pretty quick bite. You definitely don't want to have too much slack in your line because it's hard to feel the bite. Ah, did I just? Oh, got him. Oh, God.
Fish on.
Nice.
So in the first half of this episode, I catch the small fish, Brooks catches the big fish.
Good job, bud.
In the second half of the episode, I catch the small fish and Brooks catches the big fish. Starting to see a pattern here. This guy's little, so I'm not even gonna try to get him out of the water. I'm just gonna try to unhook him and get him back real quick. There we go. Brooks is wearing me out on this episode. Bigger fish.
At least this time you didn't wait as long as you did with the redfish.
Easy now. But one of the things that's always stood out to me in the boating community versus the kayak community, in the kayak community, for the most part, people have embraced the fact that they wear their life jacket, that they wear their PFD when they're out on the water. But in the boating community, you don't see it as much.
Most folks probably have the big orange bulky PFD in their boat because they have to by law. It's not comfortable to wear, and that's probably a big reason why they don't wear it. We were wearing the NRS inflatable, which is very lightweight. You hardly know it's there, so there's a lot of good options out there besides the old school standard. Wearing a PFD is important to me because I still think I have a lot of life to live. Oh, did I get got, or was that just the bottom? Oh, that was a drop out here on this pole. That was a good bite right out here. Sheepshead fight compared to redfish fight, they're both very strong fish.
Oh, fish on.
The sheepshead's coming out deeper water, so they got a little bit more dig, but they also have these pilings with barnacles all over them that you have to be worried about your line. It's probably more chaotic, honestly, because it happens quick and it's in close quarters and you gotta get them out.
I'll put him in there.
All right, thanks, sir. So they've earned my respect the last few times I've fished for them. Splish splash, he was taking the bath. You see the teeth on these guys? This one's gonna go back. Hopefully someone else will catch them later. I was gonna say, well, it might be going too fast. You could hit the back one, I could hit the front one. Come on.
Got him.
That a boy.
Little guy. I think it's funny, we call these guys convicts sometimes because they look like they broke out of jail and didn't take their uniform off. I mean, he's little. I think the smaller ones are prettier.
Oh, you just like them because they're pretty. That's why you catch those ones?
That's why I catch the little ones, because they're so pretty.
Good job, bud.
Back you go.
Oh, there's some peckers down there.
Yeah.
Oh, he had it a little bit. It might be something smaller.
Yeah, there's definitely some small stuff going on down there. Definitely.
Oh, I got bit. Oh boy, I thought that was the big one.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I am competitive when it comes to fishing, even with my best friends. However, if anyone's gonna outfish me, I hope it is one of my best friends. Fish on. Good one too, holy crap.
Confidence is key, and I've seen it happen, and I can't explain it, but I do think it's a real thing. You know, if I got around a certain piling that I was like, these ones should have a fish here.
Good fish, Brooks.
I don't know if I'm really doing something different with that bait, but it does tend to end up working in my favor. Let's get this thing in the net. All right, dude.
That's what's up. Took long enough.
Yeah, it did.
I'm not mad at Brooks in any way. I would have loved to have caught some of the fish that he caught. You don't get a name like Big Bites unless you're good.
Another good buddy of mine gave me the nickname Big Bites Beatty. Guess on this trip, I actually held up my end of the deal.
I want a name. Nobody's giving me a name. I mean, technically I am the road trip angler, so I guess I do have a name.
That was well worth it.
Got dinner.
Got dinner.
Get her in the cooler bag. This is actually the last episode of this season of the Road Trip Angler. So I got to bring Brooks out here and we had a great time together and he caught those fish, but he actually has to get back to work. So he provided and left those fish for us because my family's coming into town and we're gonna take advantage of this beautiful area here in Wrightsville Beach and we're gonna go out and have some fun.
I found them! Pick it up! Yeah!
I don't care if I caught a fish or not, just having the time and enjoy the water was awesome. So thanks, Brooks, for hooking us up with some fresh fish. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to subscribe. Stay safe out there, wear your life jacket, and as always, thanks for watching.